Hello and welcome to this special show. Have the bowlers utilized adversity and made it into triumph? Or at least have shown us glimpses that they can? A bowling attack that was written off, a bowling attack that was castigated, a bowling attack that was called toothless in the absence of Jasprit Bumrah, spit fire in an Edgbaston afternoon that many thought would be late afternoon would be England's. And they thought would be 100 for no loss. And all of a sudden, India comes there and England are reduced to 25 for 3. Yes, Harry Brook and Joe Root saved them the blushes, but there were enough opportunities for the Indian bowlers to believe that come today afternoon, once again, India time, the bowlers will come out there believing that this match could be India's. Once again, my co-host Gargi Raut and I joining you. Were you surprised at the way the Indians came out with that new ball?
Absolutely, 100%. I'm going to be very honest. I was surprised because heading into this match, the constant concern was, yes, India have 587 runs on the scoreboard. Heading into this session, in the last session when England started batting, the very concern was, yes, India has 587 runs on the scoreboard, but also the kind of bowling that you've seen in the last game, they can give it away. And England bats till number 9. They have strong batters that can bat till number 9, strong partnerships that can go very, very deep. And at any point in time, England know the conditions well. This is a flat deck. This is so conducive for batting. They can take it away at any point if you do not bowl disciplined lines. But then walks in Mohammad Siraj, walks in an Akash Deep, and completely controls the game. Akash Deep starting the bowling, the lines that he was bowling was incredible.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
I thought something happened, but Mohammad Siraj also, both of them took control of their innings, and it's been incredible to watch how they've done it. And Nitish Kumar Reddy came in for 1 over, but still did a good job.
Let me kind of you mentioned Mohammad Siraj, you mentioned Akash Deep. Akash Deep after that first over, when Zach Crawley hit him for a straight boundary, hit him for 2 boundaries in that first over, 11 of the first over, all of the England fans had found voice. They were screaming their lungs off, thinking this is Baz ball. For Akash Deep to come back and bowl those 2 deliveries, one to Ben Duckett, he was squared up, that edge to slip,
yes.
And then that gem of a delivery, a ripper to Ollie Pope. He was actually on a hat-trick, set up that over. And that for me said a young bowling attack had found voice. A young bowling attack found self-belief.
Yes.
A young bowling attack started to realize and started to believe that this could be done.
You know what? Maybe this was the push that they needed. Maybe this is exactly what the young bowlers needed in order to believe in themselves. When we say, or when the critics and the fans say that the Indian bowling lineup was too dependent on Jasprit Bumrah, that's not a lie. That's not a lie. But at the same time, the younger ones needed to know that they can do it without a Jasprit Bumrah as well. And I think they realized that today when they went out there on their own, realizing that they have the pressure on their shoulders. It is their responsibility now to soak up the runs. Not only soak up the runs, but also get those wickets. That's when they realized, oh, we have the ability. We can actually do this.
This is about like I throw you into the deep end. You have
Yeah.
no other option. These bowlers were thrown into the deep end. 587 runs. They have the cushion. Even if they go for a couple of boundaries, the captain was giving them the field. The vice captain was talking to them. The senior pros like KL Rahul was talking to them. The bowlers were empowered. You need to empower people and make them believe that they can deliver. And that's what happened with Akash Deep and Siraj.
And imagine if India go on to win this game.
It would be one of the greatest victories.
Even if it's a draw,
India is still the moral victor.
Absolutely, moral victor. More than that, you've given solid confidence to these young bowlers. I'm especially talking about the bowlers because the batters have been doing well. They also have a bit of confidence. KL Rahul is experienced. Yashasvi Jaiswal is not a rookie. He's not an amateur. He's been here.
He's batting very well.
He's batting very well. He's been in the circuit for a while. Shubman Gill is obviously your skipper. Rishabh Pant, vice captain. So when Karun Nair also has a lot of experience. So these are not new batters. But when you look at the pace attack, yes, Mohammad Siraj has experience. But the rest of them, in England conditions, this could have... And it did go very wrong in that first test match. It went wrong in the field. Prasidh Krishna, the way that he was bowling. Mohammad Siraj as well. That first spell from him was a disaster. But now that you've, like you said, thrown them in deep waters, they've actually realized that they're not only swimming, they're actually surviving and thriving.
Yeah, I mean, they were swimming a 50-meter freestyle final. But two things. Let me also sort of point out what I was observing. Mohammad Siraj's body language. The intensity that Mohammad Siraj has forever been a workhorse. Mohammad Siraj always will give you his 100%. That's Mohammad Siraj. The effort defines Mohammad Siraj. The commitment defines Mohammad Siraj. What was different today is Mohammad Siraj from ball one, and his new ball spells haven't been great in the last year or so. If you go and check Mohammad Siraj, each time a second spell or a third spell has come and bowled well. The new ball spell, bowling like this, for me was the standout. That he wanted to be a part of the action, make the action his own, that was his stage, his platform, make the most of that opportunity. And I absolutely loved that first spell from Mohammad Siraj.
And you know what? We've been discussing this from the past 2 days. When we were discussing that playing 11 as well, Mohammad Siraj has the most responsibility. He's the senior most in that pace bowling attack. So when we talk about a Jasprit Bumrah replacement, yes, and Akash Deep came in, but the real responsibility lies with the Mohammad Siraj to not only do his job, but also back the other pacers, the younger ones. And we all know from that net sessions, from the conversations that we've had with Siraj, he's very, very determined to do well. And he's been watching the critics. He knows what is being said about him. And I think he also knows that there is a lot to improve there, especially when we talk about that first spell, that it just goes wayward for him. That's where he lets the pressure go. And that's where I think Jasprit Bumrah also, when they're bowling in tandem, Jasprit Bumrah is putting on so much pressure from one end, and Siraj fails to do so from the other end. And it's not the perfect relationship or the perfect symbiotic relationship that you want happening there. But now he showed you that he can do it. He can do it in that first spell as well. He can get you wickets. He got you 1 wicket. When Mohammad Siraj picked his first, he had only given away 3 runs.
Yeah, and I need to take you back to Melbourne of 2020 or Gabba of 21. Gabba of 2021 is perhaps the best example. No Jasprit Bumrah, unfancied bowling attack, a Mohammad Siraj, a Shardul Thakur, Nattu bowled reasonably well at that point in time. Washington Sundar, obviously, once again, that shot today reminded me that 6 of Pat Cummins in Australia. Washington Sundar, similar, unheralded, unfancied bowling attack, stepping out in Australia. Mohammad Siraj shouldering that responsibility, picking up fifer. All of a sudden, he became the dada. He became the alpha male of that bowling team, the leader of the pack, someone who was ready to lead. I saw that body language at the Edgbaston cricket ground yesterday. I saw Mohammad Siraj wanting to be there. I saw Mohammad Siraj soaking in every moment and telling his teammates, this is me. I also saw the captain, the vice captain, the senior pros talking to him at every instant. I saw an Indian team.
Yes.
I saw an Indian team, if you can understand what I'm trying to tell you. I saw, if you want to see Chak De India, when that brawl happened in that restaurant, when Chak De India, when Shah Rukh Khan had taken his team, and his assistant wanted to stop, and he said, "Mat kariye, pehli baar mujhe niyat dikh raha hai." This is what was evident yesterday at the Edgbaston cricket ground. India, the collective of India, was on show. The bowlers converted adversity into triumph. Mini session, I know we can't get too far ahead of ourselves. I know England's still in the game. I know all of that. But you've got to say, at least yesterday belonged entirely to India.
Yesterday, I think since day one, it has been belonging to India because with the bat, India performed so brilliantly. Shubman Gill, of course, at the helm of that performance. Chaddu as well. That partnership was so crucial for India. Starting
that and the Washington Sundar one, which added another 140 runs.
And also the tailenders.
I loved it. The fact that Prasidh and Siraj batted 25 balls each.
Did you see the defenses that they were doing?
Plus 25 balls each means 50 balls, Gargi, which means 8 overs more in the field for England. You keep them there. That's when you win psychological battles. 4 wickets gone, boom, boom, boom. England comes in. That's a different England.
Yeah.
Between the two tailenders, you've kept them out there for 45 balls.
And also talking about, because you were saying unity and watching a team India, Jasprit Bumrah was the 12th man. running in with that water, hyping up Akash Deep, hyping up Mohammad Siraj. This is the kind of support that you need. You know, when we used to talk, when Virat Kohli was the captain, or let's say wasn't even the captain, but was in the test team, he would celebrate more than the bowler. And every one of us, you know, used to think from a perspective of an ex-player, we used to think if someone like a legend like Virat Kohli is celebrating more than me, that would make me ecstatic. That would make me want to bowl those brilliant deliveries over and over again. I'm sure Mohammad Siraj and Akash Deep felt the same way when they saw Jasprit Bumrah running into the field with that water and hyping them up.
Very, very good point. And interestingly, like we said in our live yesterday, we while we are talking about the bowling, and we have to talk about the bowling, because it was ultimately, the bowlers who ended the day. But we can't not talk about that Gill innings. Will they want to do it for Gill? Will they want to do it for their captain? Because that's that extra motivation. Your captain from 211 for 5 has taken your team to 587. 587, not 387, not 487, 587. Your captain has scored 269 of those runs. Will you do it for your captain?
When you say lead from the front, this is what you mean. This is what you mean. And Shubman Gill has done it twice now. Even the vice captain, Rishabh Pant, yes, he played that shot and
first test, 200.
Back-to-back centuries. Come on, they are leading the team very, very well. And I think you pointed out in that live that we did yesterday after the match, after the day ended, the fact that Shubman Gill and Rishabh Pant together, going up to Siraj, talking to him, asking him what field he wants, hyping him up, that shows you a very unified India. And just as fans, it's just ecstatic to watch that. But what were we talking about? Shubman Gill. Also, Yashasvi Jaiswal in that press conference day before yesterday.
He was amazing.
All praise for Shubman Gill and just kept saying that, watching him is such a treat. It's such a privilege and honor. And the fact that he gets to partner with him like that, I think that means a lot for someone as young as Yashasvi.
He was telling both you and me that lunch to tea session, this guy got 100 runs. He got 100, lunch to tea.
Yes.
He got 100 runs and Sunil Gavaskar was talking to the two of us and saying that, he was desperate to see a Shubman Gill 300.
Yes, he
was desperate. I mean, Sunil Gavaskar, he was standing there. I want to. But 269 from the skipper.
Not
absolutely magical. The highest ever by an Indian in England. Previously 221 by Gavaskar, 217 Rahul Dravid. 269 is a mountain of runs from Shubman Gill. Mountain of runs, and the bowlers found voice because of that. They know that the captain will be able to give them attacking fields. They know that England can be put on the mat. Okay, let's set this up. First session, what are you wanting to see? Because we will once again be live from 2 p.m. India time.
Wickets. Rolling over. But I know that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen because let's be honest, you don't underestimate an English batting lineup. They bat till 9. Remember the kind of impact that Bryden Casp, Chris Woakes partnership had. Jamie Smith and Joe Root, if I'm not wrong.
They'll feel the pressure.
Of course they will feel the pressure. They've lost their best batters.
Joe Root's still there. Ben Stokes still there.
Ben Duckett did a lot of damage in the last
both
test.
Both centurions. Ben Duckett was a centurion. Ollie Pope was a centurion. Zach Crawley in the second innings batted wonderfully well.
The damage is done. The damage is there.
India is in. They've opened the doors. So who do you start with tomorrow morning? You start with once again Akash Deep and Siraj?
Yes. Absolutely. Akash Deep, Siraj. First change is Prasid. And as you start.
Do you want to also get Nitish for a couple of overs? Because
you can do that.
Because it's cloud cover.
Prasid and Nitish Kumar Reddy can bowl from either ends. That could be a partnership, and then you get your 2 spinners in. I think that's the ploy that they will go for. But at the start of the innings, after a few overs, I also want to see the Indian bowlers go for that short ball ploy.
Okay. Yeah, Harry Brook especially.
Yes.
If you see Harry Brook getting out to Jasprit Bumrah off that no ball at the start of his innings, they tried the short ball because Harry Brook is one of those impulsive kind of shot makers who will not hold back. He will try to hit. If you attack him, he'll attack you. And in trying to do that, he'll give you an opportunity. Can India use those opportunities? Because Joe Root is much more solid. But on the other hand, Harry Brook, even a Ben Stokes, these guys will give you opportunities. Jamie Smith, they tried the short ball. They got Jamie Smith off the short ball in Leeds. India will have chances, folks. India will have chances. It'll be one heck of a morning. The first session will once again set it up. How this game goes, which direction it goes, Gargi and I will be there to set it up for you. You guys need to join us as you do every day. Every single day, 2 p.m. India time, 9:30, in fact a little early, 1:45 p.m. India time, 9:15 p.m., 9:15 a.m. Edgbaston,
Yes.
we will be back live. Till then, fingers crossed for India. Incredible test match so far. Always a pleasure to do these shows together. Thank you very much, folks, for watching.